My name's Ben Allen with Allen CIO. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Andrea Brito Amador. I've known Andrea for a number of years, back with the Evergreen Chamber when she was helping out there over 10 years ago. Welcome, Andrea.
Hi, Ben.
Today, we're talking about digital marketing. Andrea is a digital marketing expert. She worked for Nexus Tech, one of the big managed service providers in Denver. It's a nationwide managed service provider. And she's going to be sharing some secrets today about Google My Business. It sounds like it might be a digital marketing that is focused on bringing in new customers, but what she's going to share is it's not just about customers, it's also about engaging with your clients and finding prospective employees for your organization. So Andrea, with that, let's talk about Google My Business.
Hi, Ben. Yes, Google My Business. It is actually something that is forgotten by many companies that are trying to optimize their search for their website. I mean, you already put into a lot of effort into your content with keyword strategy, but the tools that you need to create your online presence, so people who are searching for you can find you. There are so many tools out there, and this one is actually free, and it is a Google profile for your business. It is linked to maps. So when people are on their mobile device, which we know people are searching more and more using their mobile devices, they will find your business profile. But not everybody claims it, and many people, even if they claim it, they don't optimize it. And optimize it means basically filling out all the information, not only for your clients, but for Google to rank you. So Google My Business profile is just a great branding tool for job seekers, customers, and prospects. It validates your business basically, and it is a local profile. So if you're a company who has, multiple offices, you will have a Google My Business profile for every location. And then you'll also be driving that traffic to your location pages on your website. And that optimizes you. That gets you seen, it gives you visibility and branding. Ben, could you bring up that, let's do the Denver Chamber.
Wonderful. Okay, so let me share out my screen for you. And
you've seen it many times, a Google My Business profile, but people don't know that it's called that. So Denver Chamber, Metro Chamber actually has a really good one. There are so many fields that you can fill in. The one thing I did notice, if you scroll down, you see they have hours. If you click on the down link, there's all the, there you go, all their hours are filled out. Google wants to see that. They're definitely looking for the best information for their search. They're people who are using search. Scroll down a little bit. They don't have any events on their page, and it looks like they probably haven't updated it in a while. Oh, they do have a.
They do, yep.
Very good, very good. So October 7th, so they are optimizing. They're definitely updating. If you scroll down, your reviews live on your Google My Business page. And then also, people also search for, and you can see your competitors are also, these competitors have an optimized business. So, and this is obviously what people are searching for.
Andrea, you mentioned that there is something lacking from this particular listing. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, actually, yes, they do not have their business description on there that really is part of content marketing. And when you have multiple offices, which Denver Chamber doesn't, but for companies who do have multiple listings, it drives traffic from the local areas, wherever your businesses are, very, very efficiently. And the keyword strategy needs to be engaged with that description. So definitely, putting in what you use for your keyword strategy. Here's the key though. One of the things that I remember being at Nexus Tech when we tried to change our content. Once you have your content set on each page, you better have it different on each page. They call that duplicate content. If you have the same description on each page, it absolutely will, that your rankings will go down if you have duplicate content. Google watches very closely everything you do. Their crawlers do anyway. But yeah, I noticed that Denver Chamber does not have a description. And I even see, I think there's, what does it say there? Chamber of Commerce, Denver. So they do have a category, but there are multiple categories you can also select for that. So that's a great example though.
Andrea, I was
ahead.
just gonna make a point that it'll be in the description of our video, but you're gonna be providing a list of all these tips so that anyone who has just some prowess can follow some instructions, and you're gonna provide very specific examples of what they need to do to capitalize on Google My Business.
Absolutely. I'll actually be giving a list of instructions on how to
Great.
get that updated, the best practices. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll supply that to people because it really is something that so many companies don't use. And research by Think with Google finds that 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations.
Wow.
So your reviews on that page are really important. And then also Google will engage. If somebody clicks a link in your Google My Business profile and it takes them to your website, Google will ask them for a review or ask them to give a star rating for their interaction with you. I mean, it definitely makes businesses stay on their toes if you have reviews coming in, but it also gets you found over your competitors. And there are competitors that are optimizing their Google My Business page. And if you're not, then you're not getting found. So Google has something called the local pack. And I sent you an image, Ben. Do you want to pull that up real quick?
Absolutely.
So when you have an optimized Google My Business, the local pack is the 3 or 4, sometimes 2 results right below. See, it says local 3 pack. Can you scroll down a little bit?
You bet.
This is the 3 pack right here. Everybody has seen this when they search. And this absolutely is really your connection because it has the maps. Google My Business is tightly linked with maps.
Now,
and it's active.
I was just going to ask, is this paid? Do you pay for this to get in this?
That's the crazy thing. I can't tell you how many companies that I come across that do not optimize their Google My Business. And it's basically the low-hanging fruit of SEO. Any SEO company will tell you that. Get your Google My Business listing. Now, it does take a little bit of time. I remember when we changed locations and I literally was on the phone with Google, and yes, they respond to phone calls sometimes, but it's mostly through email. But I needed to send an actual picture of the front of our business with the sign, with the address, before they would verify me or us as the business in that location. So they're very careful. You have to have not a brick and mortar necessarily, but you have to prove to them that you are the business that you say you are, and they may ask for multiple things. So that is a little sticking point with Google. It takes a little time, but filling out and claiming the business profile does not take any time at all.
Excellent.
Now, if you want to make major changes, that's what, and even to claim it, they will ask for verification. You'll have to send them a screenshot or a picture or an image. Here's a little statistic for you. 5% of Google My Business listing views result in a website click, a call, or a direction request.
5%. Wow.
5%. Yes, and between Q4 2017 and Q4 2018, direct searches grew by 38%, while website clicks from GMB listings grew 29%. So it is definitely something that you can increase your rankings with Google, and it's also a competitive edge for your business, because if you continue to update with images, job seekers will absolutely give you more, or I should say your impression with them will be a lot greater if they see, you know, we used to change our images all the time for the different locations, showing the company culture, pictures of some of the activities and charities that we were benefiting and events that we would have. And it is the easiest thing. The average Google My Business profile is about 11 pictures of the optimized. Those that are optimizing them is 11 pictures they include in their listing. Again, it's linked to maps. So how often do you use maps? You know, it's geo-targeted. So basically Google's going to bring your business up. If you have a Google My Business page and somebody Googles even just a keyword to your business, it will come up if you're optimized. So, and then of course, you know, your website should be optimized as well, because they are going to your website, and Google's also going to take that journey of that customer. So direct searches and discovery search, I wanted to just touch on that real quick, just to know the difference. Direct search is when you know a business name and you search it. And discovery search is when you're just searching keywords, like, you know, mechanics in Denver area, or virtual CIO, or manufacturing even.
So you're saying just if I search a business like Denver Chamber, what's that called?
That's a direct search. And that's basically a branded search. They consider that a branded search. But
That's
think
what
about it.
Chamber of Commerce is that what you're talking about?
Yes. And if you were new to the area, you would not know what chamber. So maybe you would just plug in Chamber of Commerce in your local area, and Google will give you the best search results they have, right? The other thing I wanted to mention is that the volume, because Google is the top search engine, Google is not the only search engine, but the top search engine. Customers are 70% more likely to visit businesses with a Google My Business listing. I mean, some of these statistics are worth, you know, putting some time in to update your free listing. Another study found that businesses with complete listings on Google are twice as likely to earn trust from customers, especially if you have your reviews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 38% more likely to visit business websites with a Google My Business page, for sure.
So
you put a lot of money into your website, you got to have your Google My Business, or they call it GMB is another way to say Google My Business.
do you mind sharing just a little bit about how does one get reviews on Google?
Actually, when a client or a user clicks through the link for the website or phone number, and I believe it's mostly the website or maps, to find directions, Google will automatically send that user, if they're on their device and they have a Google profile, they'll send them a request for a review. Do you want a review? But there are other strategies as well. And that could be another document that I share on how to get Google reviews. It's actually just a diligence thing. You know, when you have a happy customer, they're more than welcome to say something nice about your company. And if you make it not super intrusive and not super time consuming, because everybody's busy, we used to have just a little platform where we would send them to the platform, and they would it was just an automated Google review platform. So it was very easy actually to do. You know, there's also the opportunity to have bad reviews, but a lot of people, especially in PR, professionals in PR, if you get a bad review, it's actually not that bad. It is really an opportunity. And you have to look at it that way. I've seen many Google reviews where the company responds right away, and they absolutely save their reputation by responding to that person and saying, "We are so sorry you had this issue," or what have you. And man, it's not just activity online with Google. You know, it's your branding, your credibility. You should have a little bit of a plan of some sort of how you're going to respond to those.
Yeah.
But it's usually, you know, customer service 101, you know. And then job seekers, I know that there are a lot of job seekers that will see a business profile from Google My Business and really feel that they're with a credible business, a business that has culture. You can add so much to your Google My Business profile. Basically, to boost your local rankings, you claim your business profile, you complete every section of your Google My Business account. Be meticulous with contact information, because I can't tell you how many, just this morning was the funniest thing. I went to go buy a sandwich from one of my local shops, a breakfast sandwich, and their Google My Business menu, they had their menu link on the Google My Business, but it went to a dead page. So I was like, ah, and you know what? I almost turned around and left, because I'm like, oh, you know, I don't feel like calling. I was like the perfect example of somebody that, you know, okay, it's not up to date, it's not optimized, I'm going to somebody else. And that is something I experienced in marketing. People will turn around and leave your business if they get stuck.
Andrea, thank you so much. This is our second video together, and just like the first one, you're sharing so much great wisdom, and it sounds so easy to do. The fact that it's free, and as you pointed out, it's not just for prospects, it's for your customers, it's for trying to find staff. I'd like to give you the opportunity to tell us a little bit about what you do and why you're so great at it.
Well, I actually have a business that I'm rebranding right now. It used to be In Touch Public Relations, and now it's In Touch Digital. I'm bringing all of my knowledge over the last few years with the IT managed service industry, using digital tools and marketing in the digital space, in with my PR. Public relations is now also going digital. And that's a way to get backlinks and get reputable domains, articles on reputable domains that link your website from another website. That is just one small piece of digital PR, but I love it. I take clients that are small to medium-sized businesses and either add to their current marketing group, or I solely manage their email marketing and their SEO content, and digital PR.
Andrea, thanks so much for sharing your time, sharing your wisdom. I appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Ben.